What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we back again for the haves and the have-nots. Bitch, let me just put this out here. I don't know what the fuck Tyler Perry is doing, but somebody said that this season is gonna be like 44 episodes. We are already on episode 22. This was the mid-season break or some shit like that. Bitch, this shit ain't coming back until August 14th. I said, wait a minute, what the hell is happening here? Okay, y'all trying to cram everything up. Y'all finna give us a double season. Bitch, I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay, I need some insight. Um, hold on. I need some insights about what the fuck is going on because, bitch, listen, my nerves. I can only handle a good 3 more episodes, okay, and then I need a break. Like I need a break, okay. But we get the break, I guess, until August. But that's really just a couple of weeks or so. But anyway, fuck all that. This episode was cute, but it was kind of predictable because we seen what was gonna happen in the finale. Well, not the finale. The what the call? The preview for the preview after last week. And then when Tyler Perry put the thing up there saying that at least 2 to 3 to 4 people might die in the next 3 episodes or whatever. So at least one already died last week, which was Oscar. And, this what shit got me fucked up. So Candace come off the elevator and she rolls into RK. RK don't notice nothing really out the blue about her that's different until they get into her room. I said, bitch, the bitch is barely walking. Okay, you don't see that she looked disheveled. Then he finally look at her, and was like, girl, what happened? And I was like, look, bitch, Oscar is dead. That bitch didn't dead. You know what happened? Well, that motherfucker found me. Okay, well, get to the point. Bitch, I tossed his ass out the gun fucking window, okay? So what I need you to do is to get a sheet of paper right over there and write this note. Don't put your fingerprints on the note, okay? And I'm just sitting here like, wait a minute. He already got his hands all over the paper. And he's sitting there writing on the... Bitch, I would have been writing like this. Okay, this the paper, this me. Dear so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so, blah blah blah. This is RK, the paper, the pen, and his fingers. So this is this. I said, boy. Then she wanted him to go put the little so-called suicide note in Oscar's room. And this is what had me fucked up with that whole part was, don't they got like cameras in the hallways? Now I look at Too Much TV, and especially these up to date hallways or whatever, not up to date but fancy restaurants, hotels and stuff like that. They got cameras everywhere, and they could just use the footage and see the footage of you walking into this man's room and all this stuff. So I was like, these are some dumbass criminals. Okay, Candace, but the only one that's smart, the only one that's smart is Candace. But then again, if they got video footage, they can see Candace was the last one leaving that room. Okay? Then they can question her and be like, what was you in that room doing? Did you know that he had some suicidal tendencies or whatever? But see, she let RK put that shit up in the room, okay? But moving on from that, he tried to fuck Candace. He wanted to fuck Candace so bad. It don't make no sense. She trying to tell your ass to go put the shit up in a room. He come back. He was like, you need some help taking off his suspenders and shit. And I'm like, boy, if you don't stop playing and get the fuck out of here, go back to work and all this shit. He was just irritating me. Then we get this part where Jim comes down and the police is there at the hotel trying to investigate what's going on. And one of the police first on scene is Justin. And so Jim was like, what's going on? He was like, I can't tell you that, sir. And then Jim looked at him and was like, I know this ain't you, bitch. The motherfucker that was up in my goddamn son's house and all this stuff doing this shit. You gonna tell me what the fuck was going on, or else I'm gonna write your ass up or have you reported for the shit that you've been doing. And he changed his tone real quick and was like, so what had happened was somebody jumped from the window. That's basically it. Somebody, he said, who? Some nigga named Oscar. Oscar? It was like, you know him? No. Mind you, Jim is pissed off because he still ain't got his money yet. Okay? That really ain't his fault, but it is what it is. So Gia was with Jim. Remember we had that scene where it looked like Jim potentially forced Gia to have sex with him, raped her or whatever the fuck. I'm confused because when they came down together like nothing happened. And she was like, "You good? Okay, I'll see you later." Like they just good buddy buddy. And I'm just like, she gets on the phone and she calls Mock and tell him that, I got Jim to open up. I'm ready to wear the wire and all this stuff, and we all to the good. And I said, girl, you okay with just being a useless hoe? Like you, oh, all right, Gia, you do what you gotta do, girl. I felt bad for you last week, but now I'm just sitting here like, you like that, or what the fuck? Was we just inferring a little bit because he choked her up a little bit? He was like, boom, sometimes you like it rough, but she did say no at the beginning, so I'm like, what is happening here? Then, Sarah's sitting at the desk trying to figure out what's going on with Mike in this conversation. It was like, oh, we finna get Jim. Okay, that's what it is. Sarah gets on the phone and called Jim, was like, they finna put a wire on and all this stuff. And he was like, okay, he trying to make it seem like he don't know. But remember, Gia done told him all the details. So he knew what was up. And so after that, he goes over there to see David. David and got Erica a new Cara, bitch. A new motherfucking Cara, bitch. I said, cars don't last long around David. So I just wouldn't have brought it, okay? Erica come bouncing down the steps. I said, what in the Stepford Hood wise is this, okay? I said, Erica then went in a hood rat and came out looking like a socialite. I said, what a refined lady. Okay, that's how she looked like. She looked like she about to go bake some pies and go to the store and get some paninis or some shit like that. Get some roses and some tulip shit, bitch. I said, David is really up in here trying to turn the hoe into a housewife. And I said, it just may work. It could have worked. It almost worked. Because you could tell me that Erica was not falling in love. When she told David that she was in love with him, she meant that shit. That one part of the gig or whatever, she meant that shit. And he meant that shit too. I said, yeah, okay. And so they doing all this stuff. She talked about something, I don't like this, I don't like that. And he was like, okay, why don't you go ahead and change it? She was like, well, you know what? I can go to the store. We need to get some stuff from the grocery store. I just hop in a cab and go do this and go do that. And he was like, no, don't do that. You got a car. She was like, oh my God, this is for me. And he was like, yeah, baby, it's for you. All for you. She's like, T-Bag. Oh yeah, like, why? This is everything. Come on, let's go to the car together. We're gonna go to the store. And she was like, I said, girl, get your ass in the car, David, and come back never. Okay, gonna come back in motherfucking pieces, bitch. Barbecue. And so at this point, while David was showing Erica the car, Jim pulls up. And he was like, you know what? We gotta be mindful of the motherfuckers that you be dealing with. And she was looking at Erica like, and she said, no, not Erica. I'm talking about Oscar. That motherfucker jumped. Oscar? He committed suicide? Like, no, that's unbecoming. I'm not here for that. And then this is when, David let it know that he found out that Benjamin is in jail all over this whole thing about killing somebody at a bar. Now he know, or attempted murder, because old boy obviously ain't dead because they keep saying attempted. And Jim realizing who the person is, he knows. And he thinking that Benjamin really is in on this scheme with Candace and got his money on purpose and all this stuff, which he really don't. Candace is... It's July 17th and they're still firing firecrackers out here, okay? But and I'm over it. And so I'm like, no, she just don't realize that she keeps putting everybody in danger with her little plans and plots and stuff. Even the innocent ones that she actually do care about, she keeps putting them in danger. And I'm just like, girl. So now he finna plot and scheme to do his magic to probably get Benjamin, or I should say Benny, to stay in jail. And I'm just like, this is fucked up. Mind you, at the so he had some information and he wanted what's his name, Davis to call up there and to do that shit or whatever. So he's finna go down to the jailhouse. Meanwhile, at the jailhouse, remember when Catherine left from talking to Hannah, and she went in the car and she was crying? It wasn't necessarily because, she felt like, oh, my friend got caught up in this shit. Should I tell her or should I not tell her? Come to find out, she had just left from tricking off on Wyatt. And I'm usually here for like You know, it's a tricky thing when it's your family, but when a bitch give you no choice like Wyatt did, send that motherfucker to jail. Okay, he's an ungrateful ass bastard. He ain't even a bastard because he got both his parents, and that's the thing. Just about all the kids on here, they're ungrateful and disrespectful as fuck to their mothers. Okay, and their fathers for the most part, but mostly to their mothers. All right, Candace. Okay, Benny, you being disrespectful to Hannah when Hannah is just trying to get down to the bottom of shit because she is affected by this shit too. Okay, and Wyatt, you the main motherfucking one. Jeffrey, you disrespectful as fuck to your mama, but that's deserved. Okay, so you get a pass on that shit. I disrespect the hell out of that hoe. But anyway, you know, I said, what is with these new age kids? What was in the waters back in the 70s, 80s? That y'all was doing that these kids came out like this. Okay, I said, these are so ungrateful. Oh my God, if I had child places, I'd be good as fuck. Bitch, fuck out of here. But anyway, they doing all that. And Catherine comes back into the police office and trying to talk to Hannah. She was like, what are you doing here? I need to tell you something. I know Benny didn't do it. I already called Marty to get him out. I already know who did it. Wyatt is the one who did it. And she was like, wait a minute. How long did you know about this? Like, I didn't know that long. When I first talked to you about it, did you know? I didn't really know, but I knew, kind of put pieces together after you said what happened. I just knew that somebody got hurt, and I didn't know exactly which part you was talking about that it was going to relate to Wyatt. So that's why I'm telling you now. It's not like the last time, okay? Like, I'm holding this information and, trying to hide it. This time, that's why I'm here. I'm here to turn his ass in, okay? And I called Marty. Marty will be down here. They had Wyatt, Benny still up in the cop car, but we'll get him figured out. Meanwhile, Hannah, I guess she waiting. Jim somehow got access to come to the back. So they didn't finally put Benny into the interrogation room. Jim calls himself going back there trying to intimidate this boy. He said, are you stupid? He was like, don't play me dumb. He said something to that fact, and basically Benny admitted that he is stupid or some shit like that. I said, come on now, Benny. Damn. What the fuck? But anyway, he was saying all this stuff and um trying to intimidate him and, oh, your sister done stole some money from me and he did this and you put it in your account, and what you gonna do is you gonna get it back from me and you gonna do this, or you gonna be staying up in here for all this time, and I know who did it and I know you're innocent. But boo-boo-doo, I said all these empty threats because as soon as he started really getting going on threatening him and saying that you gonna stay up in here and all this stuff and take the fall for this shit if you don't get my money back or whatever, Marty and Catherine come up in there and Marty was like, nigga, you free to go. He was like, he free to go. Yeah, we already got who did it. Your motherfucking son. Why Jim was sitting there looking like, ain't this about a bitch? Okay. So Catherine went down there to Wyatt's little new home in the psych ward, and this motherfucker, I just don't know what his rock bottom is. And you know what? Him about to go to jail, I don't think that's his rock bottom either. I don't think that's his rock. I think he's still gonna be the same ungrateful little motherfucker still. Okay? And he basically told Catherine, I can't stand your ass. I hate you. I did this. You was the worst parent. Catherine said, okay, I may have did some shit wrong, me and your daddy and all that shit. But if I was the worst parent, I was the worst parent to come to you when you needed help, okay? I was the worst parent to be there and comfort you when that priest fucked your ass up, okay? I was the worst parent that you always call when you in a trouble, when you in the bind and you need some help. I was the worst parent who did this. I was the worst parent who did that. I said, well, damn, come with the receipts, Catherine, because you did a whole lot of good for this ungrateful little bitch. Okay, he talked about something. You always putting us in boarding schools and shipping us away and all this shit. Okay. Calm the fuck down. And she was like, you know what? And since you feel this way, we always trying to take up for your ass. Now we finna let your ass be a man and take care of your own responsibility. You can send him in. What are you talking about? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, his tune changed up when he come in and he see that the police is there to arrest him for the attempted murder of Vinny. I said, now we gonna change, and I bet you gonna be crying for mama then. Mama ain't gonna be there to save your ass, okay? Ain't that something? He tried to get the parents locked up, and now he finna get his ass locked up because he couldn't keep his ass out of trouble. Bitch, okay. What goes around comes around. My baby. Hey. But anyway, so after that, Catherine is on her way home. Not Catherine. Hannah is on her way home. Well, she's home with Benny. They pull up, and Benny won't tell them what was said because she came into that interrogation room and she seen Jim. She was like, "The fuck you doing here?" And what y'all talking about? Benny wouldn't say. So all the way until I love the way that Hannah didn't give no fucks about who the fuck Jim was. Okay, she was like, "I dealt with you before, bitch. You cried in my motherfucking arms. Remember that when your daughter died? Yeah, you cried in my arms, okay? And I prayed for your ass, bitch. I will wish I would be scared and intimidated by your ass." I said, "Go through, come on, Hannah. You better do what you gotta do." All right. And so when she did that, she's still trying to get it out of Benny. What was they talking about? And of course he wouldn't say. He wouldn't say. And she was like, "It's not involving you. I gotta call Candace. It is involving me first the fuck off, because my name is on that goddamn account too. Okay?" And it was like, "Just let me call and talk to Candace, okay? And then after all that, can I borrow the keys to your car?" But of course, she let him. Then I guess she must have left her keys in the car, or her keys to the car is got the house keys on it at the same time, and so she didn't get in the house. So I guess she was um, calling Benny to get his ass back so she can get in the house. And this is when Veronica pulls up. Mind you, Veronica has spoke on the phone. First of all, back at David's house, we see the dude that Veronica told to go out there and, have David and Erica as the target. He's acting like he's fixing some, wires or whatever in the neighborhood, and he's just watching. He calling her, giving her an update about, oh, he brought her a car, so that ticked her off, and she was like, "Go through with it." And then he said, "Are you sure? Because ain't no coming back from this. It's gonna be big." She said, "Do it." I was like, "Okay, well, they finna go do some furniture or whatever the fuck that's gonna happen in the next couple of hours," and I then rewired the phone lines and all this stuff so we can intercept the calls, and so it'll happen in a couple of hours or so. She was like, "Fine." She also gets another phone call. This the phone call that leads up to her going to Hannah's house to see where Melissa at. She did not know that Melissa was staying at the place with Hannah, or that Hannah was staying at that place, I should say. She said, "Look at you, moving on up in the world." She got this white guy, and I guess he's supposed to be there from the court saying that he's supposed to evaluate Melissa to see if she crazy and try to commit her. And, Hannah and Veronica going back and forth about who crazy and who's doing who and who's a danger to whom. And, if I was the white guy, I would have been looking at Veronica sideways too, because somebody telling me this and then all of a sudden you trying to get somebody else committed, that'll make me try to see what the fuck your motives are, and that everything in the situation ain't clear, ain't pure or nothing. But that's not what happened. She said, "Let me see the court order." She was like, "I got a court order." This is where Veronica pissed me the fuck off, but made me have the heartiest laugh in this episode. She said, "Here, can you read?" "This is in the service of Melissa. Court order." I said, "Bitch, what?" That is a rude bitch. Oh God. She always coming at me. Remember we used to say, and be talking like old ass slave sometimes. Veronica took that shit and ran with it. She says the same thing. Oh my God. That shit was funny to me and disrespectful as fuck. So she knocked on the door and she gets Melissa to come down. Melissa said, "Bitch, you up here trying to have me committed. I'm not stupid. I'm not wrong. No, bitch, I ain't coming out." She goes back in the house and lock Hannah back out. Bitch, next thing you know, this bitch is on top of the goddamn, I said, "Where do you find the roof and the fire escape? How you get up?" Okay, what you finna do, bitch? You gonna jump, don't threaten it if you ain't gonna follow through. She said, "Bitch, I'm gonna follow through." Plap. I said, "Damn." So y'all know Melissa, the girl who played Melissa, she's on Dear White People, and they got renewed for season 3. So I guess she taking her talents all the way over there. She said to Melissa, and that happened. So the second person in 2 episodes that got killed, or I should say that died. Oscar was pushed through a window, and Melissa jumped off the roof of the building. Okay, so next thing we have, RK was in the room. Come up there, Jeffrey. That's what I was missing. I think Justin called Jeffrey from the hotel. And I think he knew that he was at the hotel. Because when they were on the phone, he's on a certain floor. That was Jeffrey's floor. How did he know that it was Jeffrey's floor? I have no idea. How did he know that he was there unless he saw his car or something? I have no idea. I missed all that. Or it's just implied. But he was listening on the phone and trying to listen to the doors to see where the voices is coming from, to see if Jeffrey was in one of those rooms. And then he finally found out which one it was when RK went into the room. And, RK trying to do his little dazzle shit, like he finna really put one over on Jeffrey. And I think he probably could have, because at one point Jeffrey was like, what are you, an escort? That ain't what I'm here for. You can go, you can go, you can go. And it didn't look like RK was ready to fucking go. But Justin popped in just at the right time. So I give Justin that. But see, Justin knew RK for the shit that he used to do, and that's how they met. Of course, this is making Justin paranoid as fuck. Why is there a towel on the bed? Why is the sheets like this? Why is that? Why is his suspenders off? Get your ass out of here. You know he has a record for robbery, theft, and all this other shit, scamming and shit. Get the fuck up out of here. RK was shook, and he said, oh, so let me just tell you that. Keep that wine and stuff that you brought up here, that liquor, keep it right there. Because I'm taking it to the lab to see if it's tested for anything inside it, a Dayspray drug or anything like that. He looked shook and he got the fuck up out of there. I said, bitch, you gonna take it to the lab and you gonna find his fingerprints all over it, and you gonna find them same fingerprints on that fucking suicide note from Oscar. I said, there we go. Then Justin talking about Jeffrey said, I want you to leave. He was like, I'm not going to leave. The only way I'm going to leave you alone is through death. I said, bitch, what? Jeffrey said, I told you about talking to me like that. He was like, what I mean is till death do us part. You know what I'm saying? I said, I ain't even got time to play with this. I don't really care. So let me move on from that. Is that the only part? Okay, so we get back to David's place. David had came back. Erica is about to go out. And she was like, oh my God, I'm about to go to the store. You came back? Yeah, I came in through the back. Okay, let's go. So they go outside, bitch. They go outside. Erica get up in the car. She said she already drove the car around in the circle for a couple of times. I said, oh, you did and nothing happened? So they must have seen you do that and seen you go back in the house and just said, fuck it, let's go ahead and hotwire this car and put some bombs in that bitch. Because as soon as she turned that ignition, before David was about to get in the car, thank God he was behind the car. Soon as she said, shh, that bitch blew up. And David flew all the way back. So now Erica is gone. I said, ain't this about a bitch? Bye, girl. Okay, bye. They dropping like flies. All right, who the fuck next? Let's go. If Justin stay the rest of this season, I'm gonna be mad. Okay. As much as I can't stand Veronica, we need Veronica. We need the main people. Everybody else, they can go. They really can't. But that was the has and the have nots. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode. If I missed anything, put it down in the comment. Let's discuss. What do you think might happen in the rest of however long this goddamn season? Bitch, how long this season is? Somebody told me that this shit was supposed to be 44 episodes. And I said, bitch, the fuck what? We already on episode 22. So we need a goddamn break longer than a couple of weeks, okay? Shit, I need to recoup, regenerate, and all that shit. Give me a chance to miss y'all asses to be like, bitch, I can't wait. I can't wait. Right now, my mind is just like, God damn, I need to go to sleep. But anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feeling. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.